SVG-TV News headlines sponsored in part by Flow.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Get the best in TV entertainment with 139 channels, 26 in HD, and HBO included. Plus get 80 local Flow landline minutes to enjoy on evenings and weekends. All for $225 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
In the headlines, National Schools Cooperative Thrift Program said to be standing strong at 40, amassing over EC $1.63 million. U.S. Embassy cancels visas for Jamaica government and opposition MPs. Questions now raised as to why and whether the U.S. action was pushed by a breakdown of recent MOU. Asian countries conclude negotiations on what could become the world's biggest trade deal. And in sports, Lewis Hamilton wins 6th Formula One World Championship at United States Grand Prix. These and other stories coming up in SVG-TV's Evening News and Sports.
That was the news headline sponsored in part by Flow.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Get the best in TV entertainment with 139 channels, 26 in HD, and HBO included. Plus get 80 local Flow landline minutes to enjoy on evenings and weekends. All for $225 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
Good evening and welcome to SVG-TV News and Sports for Monday, November the 4th, 2019. I am Bhavin Oliver with the details. The National Schools Cooperative Thrift Program has amassed over EC $1.63 million jointly saved by over 12,000 of the nation's youth. This was pointed out today by Minister of National Mobilization Frederick Stevenson while addressing a Thanksgiving service at the Kingstown Seventh-day Adventist Church as part of activities to commemorate the 40th anniversary of the school's Cooperative Thrift Program.
It shows that if we teach our children from a very early age to save, and when they leave school, some of these monies they spend when they leave primary school and they go into secondary school. At the end of the secondary school, they can be able to pay for the CSEC exams and have a start to go into community college. So some of you who are in the thrift program now can graduate into the various credit unions, whichever your parents would want to place you into, and so that you'd have a continuous saving over the length of your lifespan.
Minister Stevenson said that the 12,000 members of the school's cooperative thrift program are made up of 5 childhood educational institutions, 61 primary schools, and 15 secondary schools, and it is his hope that more educational institutions can get on board.
Last month, on our records, the 12,897 persons, children who are members of the school's cooperative thrift program. We have about 30,000 persons in school, and this is nearly half of the school's population on the thrift program. And as I said before, it is our hope that we'll see all the children in St. Vincent and the Grenadines as part of the thrift program. We have an average participation rate of just about 46%. And you heard me said before, I want to see it reach to 100%.
He said that members from the Cooperative and Community Development Department will be going to all schools, encouraging students to be part of the program, with the aim that 100% of the schools in SVG will be involved in the National Schools Cooperative Thrift Program by 2020.
It is our hope in the ministry that all educational institutions by next year would become members of the school's cooperative thrift program. And I know that the staff in the ministry and the cooperative division, they are going out tomorrow on a drive. And I would want to encourage all the schools so that they can have a teacher guide to assist with the program in all the schools, early childhood learning centers, primary and secondary schools in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
749 students who have successfully sat this year's CSEC and CAPE examinations, along with those who have earned an associate degree, will be presented with a $500 gift award for their performance this Friday. In a news release, the Ministry of Education said to be eligible for the award, CSEC students must have gained 5 passes, grade 1 to 3, including mathematics and English A. CAPE students must have gained passes in grade 1s to 4, and in at least 5 actually, and in at least 2 unit subjects, as well as in a single unit communication studies or Caribbean studies in 2 consecutive years. Students in the various associate degree programs must have gained at least a B- average. The ministry says the total number of recipients this year are categorized as such: 373 CSEC students, 222 CAPE students, and 154 with an associate degree. Recipients of the award are asked to present themselves at the Villa campus of the SVG Community College at 9 a.m. on Friday, November the 8th, with proof of identity bearing a photograph. Persons here who have been involved in technical vocational education training programs are being encouraged to soak up as much knowledge as possible to be able to grow and excel in their chosen field. This advice comes from Reverend Carlton Edwards as he addressed a Thanksgiving church service today at the New Testament Church of God at Wilson Hill to kickstart TVET month of activities. Delivering the exhortation, Reverend Edwards, who also serves as a TVET teacher at the Trinidad, Ontario Secondary School, said many persons have been able to earn a living using the knowledge gained through the various TVET programs. Using biblical inspiration, Edwards also encouraged TVET students to develop good work habits.
So the gentlemen, the 2 persons, the 2 servants, they put their talents to work. And they were successful. And you know, one of the things about these folks is that they did it in the absence of the master. There are too many people who only want to work when their bosses are around. That's not good. That's not good for productivity. That's not good for improvement of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. People have to love what they're doing and to do it in the absence of their bosses. And to do it with the best of your ability. Are you understanding me? Listen to me, folks. Your work speak about you. So don't do no kaba mediocrity thing. No, try to be your best. Be excellent. Be good at what you're doing. Learn all you can. Develop all you can. Humble yourself. There are persons with the experience who know more than you, and they want to place a deposit within you that will help you for the future.
Many skills can be passed on from parent to child, and Edwards encouraged fathers to teach their children what they know so that they will be able to fend for themselves and develop a skill outside of the classroom setting.
Remember I told you I'm not really doing plans now, and the reason is I have another daughter. And I want to tell you fathers, please, you have your children, keep them under your wings. Teach them what you know, your skills, your abilities, your talents, your morals. Communicate it to them. And she used to walk along with me to job plans. I taught how to use the computer, etc. At that time I had no formal training, but because of my passion, I was able to understand certain things, and I communicated that to her. And so what happened, when people ask me, all I do, I take the information and I give it to her. And she does the drawing. I will look over and put in a little bit here and there. Not much, but she's better than I am. And I'm proud to say that, Mr. Johnson, I can't design like her. Am I making sense to you? Yes. I can't design like her. She has that endowment. The Lord gave it to me, and I give it to her. The Lord gave it to me, He gave it to her as well. And together we work as a team, not in competition, but complementing one another.
Deputy Chief Education Officer Dixon Finley said a lot of investment has been made to help promote and develop TVET programs in SVG. He noted that in the past many persons rejected such training, and he is happy that in recent times the mindset is changing.
There's an old saying that says, the stone that the builder refused shall become the head cornerstone. And a lot of persons were rejecting the TVET stone, and today it is the head cornerstone. And we have to be thankful because the Ministry of Education is investing a lot in TVET. It's an investment that the government is happy to do, and we are hoping that each and every one of us will get on the TVET bandwagon and let us ride to prosperity. Yes. It is important that we lift up our TVET teachers. We know what they are going through. Sometimes they have to take time out to convince the students that they should stay the course. And some persons, they still look down on TVET. And we have to change that mindset. We have to embrace TVET, and we have to, as I say in the Jamaican parlance, we have to big up TVET.
Vincentians are being encouraged to do as much research about breast cancer and other forms of cancer, and what they can do to minimize their chance of being diagnosed with these deadly diseases. This advice comes from psychologist Dr. Joselle Miller during a presentation recently held at a symposium hosted by the SVG Teachers Cooperative Credit Union to bring awareness to endometriosis and breast cancer.
Understand your condition. We have to stress this a lot. A lot of the times patients take it for granted that they need to read and research. You need to also do your part in understanding the illness that you are battling with. Ask questions. Some doctors, I'll tell you, I'll be honest with this, some doctors do not appreciate being questioned. And because of that, you find patients sometimes remain quiet and just simply move along. But it is your duty and it is your responsibility to ask what you do not understand. Ask them 101 times. If even their face looks like when rain set up and cannot come, that is okay. Keep asking because you need to understand. You need to know your medication. Just as Dr. Hunt pointed out, sometimes we know the colors. We have heard this a lot. It's the yellow one and the orange one. Different companies, the same pill will have different presentations. So you need to know the names.
Dr. Miller said family members can play a crucial role in giving support to a person who is suffering with cancer. She said it is equally important for affected persons to reach out to family members and for them to respond to the call for help.
There are times when they're not going to be paying attention, but you have to be at that place where you're going to say, I need you today. I need you by my side because I can't do this anymore. As it relates to some of these illnesses, sexuality and your feminine identity becomes an issue in relationships. And this is your intimate relationship. You have to let them be a part of the process, and men, you have to be willing to learn. So I'm glad that we had some questions here this evening about, some of the things to look for. You have to be a part of it, and not just simply be a part of it as if, sometimes people go through the motion of being obligated. So I'm only doing it because, it's my woman, it's my wife. But you're not really in it. You have to show persons the compassion. You have to show persons the empathy. You have to show persons that you really genuinely care about what they're going through. And you have to also position yourself that when they can't fight anymore, you have to be there to help them.
The psychologist said persons who are affected by various medical conditions may wish to feel a sense of normalcy, and they ought to be allowed to do routine tasks rather than to be ignored or treated as if they are incapable of helping themselves.
You have to also give them that time, give them their space. It is also useful that, not only in recognizing their integrity, but there are some patients as well that you need to give them a chance to make certain decisions about their own life, not about the illness, because sometimes some patients want to go back to normalcy. They want to still do stuff around the house, and then we are there all the time running behind them, preventing them from doing things, and then they begin feeling inept, like, okay, I need to feel normal again. So let them do dishes, let them do whatever go in the garden, do whatever they need to do so that they can feel a sense of normalcy, and that helps with their resilience.
Coming up, SVG set to export largest single shipment of animals to Grenada next weekend. This and other stories coming up when we return with more local news. Stay with
Local news sponsored in part by Flow.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Get the best in TV entertainment with 139 channels, 26 in HD, and HBO included. Plus get 80 local Flow landline minutes to enjoy on evenings and weekends. All for $225 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
C-Star Limited is now located on the third floor of the first St. Vincent Bank building. They have extended their range of products and furniture, including patio sets, closets, shoe casing, beds and mattresses, TV cabinets, and kitchen cupboards, just to name a few of their luxurious pieces, all at unbelievable prices. Don't just take my word for it. Check them out upstairs the first St. Vincent Bank building. And don't forget, they still have the best in windows, doors, burglar bars, rails, and vanities. C-Star Limited, where quality and style is our motto.
A funeral service should be one that you can be proud of, one that leaves lasting memories of your loved ones, and that's where you need the New Haven Funeral Home. At the New Haven Funeral Home, we desire to impact positively in the industry because we recognize that a greater part of what we do is not just quality caskets or quality coffins, but quality service. We hold ourselves to a higher standard. This standard extends to all areas of our work. We accommodate all clients, regardless of circumstance, all without compromising quality. I actually get this question a lot. And although it's not the most glamorous of jobs, I love it. Because we get to help people. We get to help families when they need it the most.
New Haven Funeral Home, helping families preserve memories.
Breaking news! The greatest tile sale in the history of St. Vincent is back. With more, here's Thin Segment Rowdy Face.
Thanks, Juan. Yes, free tiles for Christmas is back at Island Style Interiors, and there's real excitement in the air. Get this. Buy 100 tiles at the regular price and get up to the next 25 tiles absolutely free.
Wow, that is a great deal.
Sure is, Juan. My wife's making me buy tiles right now before they sell out.
Vincent? Oh well, this is Juan Cool Guy signing off and heading to Island Style in Arnos Vale for free tiles. Wait for me! Yay!
Kidney disease is a growing concern around the world and here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Chronic kidney disease is a life-threatening condition which occurs when a person's kidneys are no longer able to clean the toxins and waste products from the blood or perform other kidney functions normally. When this happens, a person needs dialysis. Dialysis is where a machine takes over the function of the kidney and safely removes the poisonous waste from the blood. Since 2012, Health Solutions Inc. has operated a full-service hemodialysis facility in SVG that offers state-of-the-art equipment, courteous, well-trained staff, and a comfortable treatment environment.
We're encouraging for early detection. Anyone who is either diabetic or hypertensive and has any questions or concerns, please contact us at 784-451-2836 or visit us at www.healthsolutionssvg.org.
Once again, the countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Quartz today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Quartz, bringing value home.
There's a reason you get up on a morning. A reason you pick yourself up, start the day. Maybe it's sheer grit. Maybe it's your ethics. Maybe it's because you know people like you are waiting for people just like you. We all have our reasons, and for Republic Bank, that reason is you. Every little thing, every big thing. It's all about making a difference in your life. Because after 182 years, if it's one thing we're sure about, is that the difference is you. We're here to help.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome back. SVG is set to export a shipment of 100 heads of cattle and 400 pigs to Grenada on November 17, 2019. A news release from the OECS Communication Unit said the export, valued at $0.5 billion, will be the largest single shipment of animals to be exported to Grenada from SVG. Since the establishment of the bilateral agri-export agreement between SVG and Grenada, over $10 million worth of products have reportedly been traded on a platform. The news release said the Minister of Agriculture, Subotu Caesar, welcomed the continued support from the government and people of Grenada and outlined plans for the deepened regional trade relationships. The Ministry of Agriculture is expected to obtain help from the government of Grenada before year-end regarding planting material for spices. Local farmers wishing to sell animals to Grenada are asked to take their information to the nearest agriculture station. Trade is an important tool used by many countries to facilitate growth and development, and senior government officials from across the region are in SVG to take part in a two-day workshop to discuss a range of issues ahead of the 12th session of the Ministerial Conference. The regional workshop opened today at the Beachcombers Hotel and is being hosted by the World Trade Organization Secretariat in collaboration with the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States Commission. Speaking at the opening ceremony, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Trade, Sandy Peters-Phillips, said the economies of the Caribbean are weaker and more vulnerable to their developed counterparts, and that workshop is a timely one given the challenges faced by small island states such as SVG, and highlighted some of the outcomes she is expecting from the two-day workshop.
In St. Vincent and the Grenadines, we are currently experiencing a trade deficit in addition to the other factors, and we welcome very much this initiative as it takes into consideration our present situation and seek to devise approaches which can help us to address the issue. In addition, this workshop will assist in the preparation for MC12 scheduled to take place in Kazakhstan in June next year. With this drop back in mind, I wish for 3 outcomes from this workshop. First, I hope that the participants, by the end of the meeting, will have a good understanding of the broad principles underpinning the multilateral trading system and the workings of the WTO, as well as salient aspects of the WTO negotiations. Such understanding can facilitate our work in building up the OECS community. Second, all participants should get the most out of this training by actively participating in the discussions and activities.
Regional cooperation on issues of trade could bring benefits to participating countries, and Peters-Phillips highlighted 2 emerging sectors which require regional cooperation.
Stress the importance of this workshop for government officials. The knowledge that all of you will gain from this workshop should help you in a general understanding of the multilateral trade negotiations, as well as a better understanding of the multilateral trading system and its issues. This information will also be shared with the business community, as they too can support by providing inputs to government on issues and trade policies that affect businesses and trading opportunities. And third, your guidance on emerging issues such as e-commerce and more generally regulation of digital trade, a fast-growing sector which has the potential to benefit from a clear regional approach.
Meanwhile, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Trade, Sully Straker, said issues such as climate change can negatively impact the development of small island states and advocated for small island exceptionalism.
The time come for the small, vulnerable economies to be formalized as a new category in the WTO? These are some of the questions you need to keep at the forefront of your minds as you participate in this important workshop. The issue of perpetual vulnerability of the small and vulnerable economies, whose situation have been made worse by the effects of climate change, resulting in devastating hurricane and frequent floods, needs to be addressed urgently at the WTO. We believe that the time has come for small, vulnerable economies to be formalized as a new category in the WTO. And may I advance the thought advanced by our Prime Minister. We should probably be classified as small island exceptionalism.
A three-day horticultural exhibition and tea party held under the patronage of Governor General Her Excellency Susan Duggan wrapped up on Sunday. The event, held under the theme Flowers and Flavors, formed part of the Renewal at 40's activities to celebrate this country's 40th independence anniversary. Governor General Her Excellency Susan Duggan said the event provided persons with the opportunity to know more about the unique varieties of flowers and other plant life which exists in the country.
Flowers is a celebration of the wonder of God's creation. The theme, Flowers and Flavors, was carefully selected and gave me a sense of pride because we see the exquisite nature of what sometimes we take for granted. We have to thank Tamira Brown for coming up with the theme for the activity. Thank you, Tamira. And I must say the committee was a wide cross-section of the society. Young, not so young, old and elderly like myself. Now, today we have several local blends of beverages, and the plants will be available for purchase at the end of the exhibition.
The Governor General said the exhibition was timely given the thrust for a greener environment and a fight against climate change.
This Renewal at 40 is therefore a celebration of craft, bringing a gift of nature and using human imagination and skills. These days, when we are also promoting cleaner environmental practices, our lush green vegetation is an invaluable resource. Low energy, low carbon, abundance of oxygen to purify our planet, versatile flowers, breathtaking gardens. Plant life is one of our most precious heritage.
Senior Forestry Supervisor Cornelius Richards said the exhibition gave persons the opportunity to highlight their horticultural skills and promote their business.
This, I think, is just the start of many similar events. Certainly, I would like to see that this event continue into the years to come and that it be strengthened to include more exhibitors, more professional persons involved in the planning and execution of this event. What this would do for Vincentian is to provide a platform where persons can come out and share, first of all, in the value of nature. You would be amazed to know the extent to which Vincentians keep lovely plants at their homes. And some have been brought out today to be shared by Vincentians. So that's one of the first things. Another objective really of future events would be to provide an opportunity for persons, for businesses to grow. Because plants that are here at Flavors and Flowers are also for sale. And we encourage business houses to come out to showcase the best of what they have to offer with the intention of making their business more profitable or bring the business more out in the eyes of Vincentians.
One of the newest initiatives on the Tourism Month calendar this year is Vinci Tourism Day, which will be observed on Friday, November the 8th. Minister of Tourism, Sports and Culture Cecil Sess-McKee is encouraging schools, business places and government departments to celebrate the occasion by creating an ambience depicting elements of ecotourism.
Tourism is one of our niche markets
and the Caribbean Tourism Organization has declared 2019 as the year of festivals. Hence our decision to highlight both on Vinci Tourism Day. Vinci Tourism Day is an opportunity for us to demonstrate our Vinci tourism pride, and we are hoping that this new initiative would be well supported. Festival tourism is a popular means of cultural consumption, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines has a delectable menu of festivals of various tastes and proportions. Vinci Mass continues to be one of the hottest items on the Caribbean summer calendar. 9 Mornings is a Christmas experience like no other. The Beckway Music Festival and Mustique Blues Fest are intimate and charming.
Minister McKee said for the 3rd consecutive year they are using the theme, Tourism is Everyone, Live It, Love It and Embrace It, to celebrate Tourism Month to emphasize the message that tourism is an industry that cannot thrive without a people-centered approach.
Hence, our team challenges every Vincentian to take ownership of the industry and to express that ownership in a personal, caring and responsible way. St. Vincent and the Grenadines is a tourist destination, but it is firstly our home. We therefore have a responsibility to be the primary caretakers of our tourism product. We have to ensure that our home is in pristine shape and that we offer impeccable service to visitors when they come to our shores. It is for that reason that we continue to enforce, through the SVG Tourism Authority, the tourism service standards that aim for quality development and quality assurance of tourism services.
The minister said he is also looking forward to the activities in December, including the annual 9 Mornings Festival, which is expected to be bigger and better.
December is also going to be a very special month as we celebrate the unique Vincentian Festival, 9 Mornings. Of course, we've added 9 nights to that event as well, and we also have the road tennis activities that take place within that period of time. So, as you can see, lots happening in the Ministry of Tourism, Sports and Culture, and indeed across St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And we look forward to the media helping us to promote what is going to happen for the month of November as we celebrate Tourism Month in St. Vincent and the Grenadines and across the region.
Coming up, U.S. Embassy cancels visas for Jamaica government and opposition MPs. Questions now are being raised as to why and whether the U.S. action was pushed by a breakdown of a recent MOU. This from the region when we return. Stay with us.
That was a local news segment.
The Everready Funeral Home at French's is your friend in times of grief. With over 40 years' experience, they are prepared to take care of all your funeral arrangements. Embalming, lowering device service, grave mattresses, carpeting, vaults, tombs and wreaths. Arrangements for television obituaries. Cremation is available upon request. Everready Funeral Home offers the finest in caskets and coffins, local and imported. So, in your time of need, call Everready Funeral Home at any time. 456-1494. Everready Funeral Home, offering service above self.
Juicy, drink today. Juicy, same great taste. Juicy, the original drink. It's a Vinci thing.
Get your red and banana,
pineapple,
juicy cola, orange or apple. Juicy for you and for your neighbor.
It's a Vinci thing. Enjoy it juicy, the original Vinci thing.
Juicy.
Welcome to Finishing and Furnishing, where a warm and friendly staff awaits you. At Finishing and Furnishing, you feel like you're in a home away from home. You will find a wide range of bedroom, living room, and appliances displayed in a stunning setting. When dealing with furniture, you need to take into consideration the colors of your room. That's why at our Penta Studio, we supply the best in interior and exterior paints. Have wooden furniture? Well, we also have stains, sealers, lacquers to get that matte or gloss finish of your your desire. So give us a call at 457-2206 and come on down to Finishing and Furnishing today and start building the home of your dreams.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They call General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Get ready for the 2019 VINLEC National Science and Technology Fair, November 11 to 15th, 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. daily, under the theme, Turning Problems into Opportunities Using Scientific Strategies. Registration is now open and closes on November 1st, 2019. For more information, see the Science Fair Handbook at svgcdu.org. Don't miss your chance to win great prizes. It's the 2019 VINLEC National Science and Technology Fair. See you there.
Once again, the countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Quartz today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Quartz, bringing value home.
The regional news segment sponsored by Massey Stores SVG Limited.
Massey Stores Pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors and children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Come back. In our news from the region, we hear that despite uncertainty behind the revocation of United States visas to a senior Jamaican cabinet minister and a high-ranking opposition parliamentarian, there are mixed views on whether Washington's action is an attempt to twist the arm of the Holness administration because of inertia on backroom diplomacy. Jamaica Labour Party JLP firebrand politico Darrell Vaz, a minister without a portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, and recently appointed campaign director for the People's National Party, Philip Paulwell, had their visas revoked last month. Both confirmed the annulment on Friday, with Vaz indicating that he would resign his ministerial position if he was unable to have his U.S. visa reinstated, but he backtracked later. We hear more in this TVJ News Report.
To some, a United States visa is a prized possession. The U.S. seen as a gateway for travel, work and education opportunities and frolic. But in the blink of an eye, it can be revoked. U.S. Immigration Services Online notes that U.S. consular officials have broad discretion to revoke non-immigrant visas at any time, as has happened in the case of Minister without portfolio in the office of the Prime Minister Darrell Vaz and opposition spokesman on energy Philip Paulwell. Mr. Paulwell is currently in Cuba on business. He responded via WhatsApp confirming the revocation, stating that the embassy did not provide any reasons. He was also advised to reapply for a visa if he intended to travel to the United States. Here's what Mr. Vaz was told by way of letter.
Based on information received after the issuance of a visa to me, information has come to light that may make me ineligible for a U.S. visa. The fact that they said I may be ineligible, that is where I need to go now to find out what would make me not eligible, which is what I'm pursuing I received this. I'm shocked. I'm surprised. I did not see it coming. I'm unaware of any reason why this would have happened. But again, there's a process to follow.
Now, Mr. Paulwell says when he returns to Jamaica next week, he will be in touch with the United States Embassy to seek further clarity on the visa revocation and use the necessary channels to seek redress. For Mr. Vaz, if the matter isn't resolved, he's not ruling out stepping down as a member of the cabinet. At least that's what he told Mrs. Shields on Hotline.
So you would consider resigning?
Absolutely.
He was, however, a little more measured in his response in our TV interview.
Once there is an issue that says that I may be ineligible, any action by me would be premature. That does not stand to say that if this thing progresses and at some future point I am not able to get a U.S. visa, that would not have to be a consideration. But I would like to pass this and get to that point. But
meanwhile, U.S. immigration laws outline 3 primary situations when a visa can be revoked. The first, if the holder of a non-immigrant visa does not meet the criteria for the visa category, if that person is ineligible, usually involving law enforcement is suspected, and if the holder is inadmissible to the United States on security, criminal, medical, financial, or other grounds.
In more regional news, Trinidad and Tobago Health Minister Terence Dea-Singh is refuting allegations that the government is covering up the H1N1 influenza virus in the country. He was referring to statements made by opposition leader Kamla Persad-Bissessar to that effect. We hear more in this TTTS News report.
Health Minister Terence Dea-Singh said for the last 10 years, H1N1 has been in Trinidad and vaccines have always been available to the public. He was speaking via telephone interview.
Every year for the past 10 years, we have vaccinated persons against the H1N1 virus. We started our public education campaign against H1N1 since October of this year. And as in a press release that we sent out last week, we indicated to the public that the vaccines are arriving in Trinidad on Monday, 4th November.
Minister Dea-Singh said that vaccines will be available to members of the public from this week.
I want to categorically condemn the statement by Kamla Persad-Bissessar that the government is hiding anything. And I repeat, H1N1 has been endemic in our public health landscape since 2009, 10 years now.
Influenza is a serious illness that is generally more severe than the common cold and can be fatal. It is therefore crucial that everyone takes the necessary steps to safeguard their health.
Asian countries conclude negotiations on what could become the world's biggest trade deal. This from the international scene when we return. Stay with us.
That was a regional news segment sponsored by Massey Stores SVG Limited.
Massey Stores Pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Quality products, quality care, low prices, great customer service, all at Q-Care Pharmacy. Q-Care leads the way, providing all your pharmaceutical needs, a variety of personal care products, and so much more. Located on Halifax Street. Telephone number 451-2690. Q-Care Pharmacy, where the Q stands for quality.
With your eyes only, I never need
The health of your eyes greatly impacts your daily life, from driving, watching television to texting. At Imperial Optical Inc., we promise you the best in eye care. Our trained staff, in-house ophthalmologist, optometrist, full-service lab and optical boutique position us to cater to your entire eye care. Understanding your needs and how to meet them, whether you require routine eye examination, prescription glasses, contact lenses, or sunglasses, you can choose from a wide range of designer frames at affordable prices and be greeted with excellent customer service in an inviting atmosphere when you visit us opposite the Anglican Cathedral on 58 Granville Street, Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., where your vision is our mission. Telephone 456-1882. Fax 456-2205.
That's new for your eyes only. Singer is a family store. We sell everything you need for your kitchen and more. Top brands and appliances, TVs, fridges, cookers. We make your life so easy. Just come in and see us. A wide range of furniture. Right here at Singer. Affordable beds and mattresses. Right here at Singer. Washing machines to make your laundry clean and fresh. Singer is a family store that gives you the best hire purchase deals. Right here at Singer. We'll outfit your home. Right here at Singer. The #1 family store. It's us for Singer.
There's a reason you get up on a morning. A reason you pick yourself up, start the day. Maybe it's sheer grit. Maybe it's your ethics. Maybe it's because you know people like you are waiting for people just like you. We all have our reasons, and for Republic Bank, that reason is you. Every little thing, every big thing. It's all about making a difference in your life. Because after 182 years, if it's one thing we're sure about, is that the difference is you. We're here to help.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
SVG-TV International News segment sponsored in part by Carrez Distribution Limited.
For over 60 years, we have sought only the best beans grown in the lush hills of the Andean mountains of Colombia. Cold Cafe. We carefully select only the very best beans and roast them to delicious perfection by our experienced roast masters. Cold Cafe. Cold Cafe treats you to one of the finest coffees in the world, available in classic and decaffeinated. A rich flavor and aroma that can only come from 100% Colombian coffee. Cold Cafe. Indulge yourself in our delicious cappuccinos available in classic mocha and French vanilla. Enjoy them hot to warm your soul or cool to cool you down. Either way, they are incredibly satisfying. So go ahead, enjoy Cold Cafe and treat yourself.
Let's go further afield now. Asian countries have concluded negotiations on what could become the world's biggest trade deal. 15 nations agreed on the terms of a Chinese-backed economic partnership during the Asian Summit in Bangkok. India was the only country that did not join, but it can still do so before the pact is signed next year. We hear more in this report.
They joined hands at the ASEAN Summit. The 10 members of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations and 6 other nations, China, India, Japan, South Korea, New Zealand, and Australia, have been working to push forward on negotiations for a deal that would comprise 40% of the world's economy and nearly half of its population. Summit host Thailand had hoped for at least a provisional agreement to be signed, but reservations from India prevented that, saying it could not join the agreement as it still has issues and concerns. As a bloc, ASEAN has positioned itself to become a central power in the Indo-Pacific region, capitalizing on its geographic and geopolitical position.
Our ASEAN friends.
But when it comes to superpowers, the U.S. and China, some feel that it backs off.
It has taken, by definition, a defensive posture, one that says, please don't make us choose between the United States and China. And yet at the same time, it will say, please allow us to be central in the region in terms of the way the region is governed, in terms of other regional architecture. So there's a contradiction there.
A great deal of that stems from the pressures of the U.S.'s and China's trade war and direct investment from the two largest economies in the world. Because of the downgrade in the U.S. delegation here at ASEAN, only 3 of 10 regional nations sent their leaders to the summit with the U.S. The rest sent lower-level officials. Now, this is a switch from meetings over the weekend that were attended by heads of state. But the U.S. Commerce Secretary said the U.S. is fully committed to the region.
We will continue to champion the values that have served the Indo-Pacific so well. Respect for the sovereignty of all nations, the peaceful resolution of disputes, an open commercial environment with transparent agreements that encourage investment and connectivity.
And the ASEAN leaders might have a chance to hear that American commitment from the top. Amid the criticism of U.S. President Donald Trump skipping the summit this year, he has invited them to a special summit in Washington early next year.
Well, that's the news. Sports is just ahead, but before that, let's take a look at the local weather forecast.
SVG-TV International News segment was sponsored in part by Carez Distribution Limited.
Let's go! Turn up the fun!
With Chocolisto and its great flavor, enriched with vitamins and minerals that help you grow.
Chocolisto makes you big and strong.
The weather report sponsored in part by General Hardware, Budgemart Limited.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Bebin, the diaper made with the very best for the very best. Keeps up with them on the go. With a wetness indicator, Bebin keeps your child dry and happy. For quality and affordability, choose Bebin every time.
Bebin Premium.
Let's take a look at the local weather conditions. Conditions cloudy and slightly hazy. Winds east-northeast at 20 kilometers per hour. Temperature 27.8 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity 82%. Barometric pressure 1010.3 millibars. 24 rainfall 0.2 millimeters. Today's maximum temperature 30.2 degrees Celsius. Today's minimum temperature 26.7 degrees Celsius. Sunset today at 5:37 p.m. and sunrise tomorrow at 5:59 a.m. Forecast, partly cloudy, slightly hazy and breezy, becoming cloudy at times with a few scattered showers. Synopsis, a tropical wave is approaching the island.
The weather report was sponsored in part by General Hardware, Budgemart Limited.
Bebin, the diaper made with the very best for the very best. Keeps up with them on the go. With a wetness indicator, Bebin keeps your child dry and happy. For quality and affordability, choose Bebin every time.
Bebin Premium.
A funeral is considered as the last goodbye. The memories are for you, the family and loved ones. Joseph the Silva Senior Memorial Funeral Home sympathizes and understands the grieving process. They go the extra mile, offering counseling, private funeral, chapel service, night viewing and church service, along with other services expected at a professional funeral home. Visit the office at Mesopotamia. A warm, modern, and customer-friendly environment awaits you. Joseph the Silva Senior Memorial Funeral Home, offering affordability in time of need. We are here. We care.
again. The countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Quartz today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Quartz, bringing value home.
Welcome to the evening sports. Lewis Hamilton sealed his 6th World Drivers' title with second place in the United States Grand Prix. He became the second most successful Formula One driver of all time, one championship behind Michael Schumacher. Hamilton failed in a valiant attempt to win the race by trying a different strategy to Mercedes teammate Valtteri Bottas, but that did not matter. Such was his point advantage. The Briton held off Max Verstappen for second and Bottas won in Austin. Hamilton had said before the race that he was thinking of sealing the championship in Texas, only winning the race, and he drove with fierce competitive instinct that has defined his season and career. His decision to run long, do a simple pit stop, and try to hold off his rivals at the end did not quite work out. Bottas passed him with 3 laps to go, but it was a drive befitting the touring achievement he was to secure at the end of the race. Hamilton's 6th title has also moved him clear of the legendary Argentine Julian Manuel Fangio. Hamilton has secured the championship with 10 victories out of the 19 races held so far this season, with 2 remaining in Brazil and Abu Dhabi. West Indies women off-spinner Anisa Mohammed claimed a wicket of the last ball to lead the Caribbean team to a 1-run victory over India women in the first of 3-match one-day international series at the Sir Vivian Richards ground in Antigua on Friday. Chasing 226 for victory, India women finished with 224 at the end of 50 overs after needing 9 off the last over with 2 wickets in hand. Mohammed took both wickets to finish with 5 for 46 from her allotted 10 overs. Captain Stephanie Taylor top scored with 94 and Natasha McLeod made 51 as West Indies women posted 225 for 7 in their 50 overs. Shikha Pandey and Depti Sharma picked up 2 wickets each, but West Indies women were able to stitch partnerships at regular intervals. In reply, Priya Punia and Jamina Rodriguez gave India women a good start as the duo added 78 for their opening stand. The visitors were cruising towards the target as they were 124 for 2 in the 30th over, but suffered a collapse by losing their last 8 wickets for just 55 runs. Meanwhile, in the second ODI on Sunday, India leveled the 3-match Colonial Medical Insurance one-day international series when they defeated the West Indies women by 53 runs at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium. Mahali Raj won the toss for India and elected to bat first. The West Indies bowlers had an early breakthrough when they removed Jamima Rodriguez for 0, handing Aliyah Ali her first ODI wicket. Soon after, it was Priya Punia who fell for 5 to Shakib Gujambi. India finished with their 50 overs on 191 for 6. Afi Fletcher was the most successful West Indies bowler, taking 2 for 32, followed by Aliyah Ali for 2 for 38. The West Indies batters never looked settled as the Indians got the ball to zip and turn on a pitch that was getting better. Shemaine Campbell and Captain Stephanie Taylor top scored with 39 and 20 respectively after Natasha McLean retired on 15. Aliyah Ali fought valiantly in the end with 16 to show some resistance against the Indians. But it was not as to be as Ali succumbed to 48th over to give India a 53-1 victory and level the 3 series with all play for Wednesday, 6th of November at the same venue. West Indies batsman Chanel Henry has been ruled out for the rest of the series against India after suffering a concussion during the first one-day international. The 24-year-old suffered the injury after crashing into advertising board at the boundary. The player, however, managed successfully to save the boundary and a valuable 2 runs as the team scraped to a narrow 1-run win in the first ODI. As per the Cricket West Indies concussion protocol, the player will be out of action for the next 7 days. Henry will be replaced by Haley Matthews, who returned to the team following an 8-match suspension. Brittany Cooper will also join Henry on the sidelines after suffering a bruised shin. Cooper will be replaced by Kanisha Isaac. Isaac is an uncapped medium pacer from Trinidad and Tobago, having played in 2017 and 2019 for Trinidad and Tobago in the CWI Women's Championship and T20 Blaze. The evening sports will continue in a moment. Stay with us.
My sister's pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores, Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
26 retail shops and restaurants open now for your convenience. At the cruise ship terminal. At the cruise ship terminal. It's a great venue to rent for functions. Secure parking, great ambiance. At the cruise ship terminal. At the cruise ship terminal.
Convenient parking at the Kingstown Cruise Ship Terminal and the Geese Compound. The Kingstown Cruise Ship Terminal has 26 retail shops and restaurants with a variety of food offerings. A great secure venue for your function with a great ambience. Also, we offer lock storage service. The Cruise Ship Terminal. Convenience for you.
At the cruise ship terminal. The cruise ship terminal.
Once again, the countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Courts today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Courts, bringing value home.
Welcome back. Central Trinidad Touring Team Masters and VJ's North Windward are the champions of the International Independence Invitational Masters 2020 Cricket Festival Shield and Fett Shield after securing victories yesterday at the Arnoldville Sports Complex. Central Trinidad Touring Team Masters beat National Properties Geku Northeast Masters by 43 to retain the title in the Festival Shield. Meanwhile, VJ's North Windward defeated Trinidad and Tobago Masters 36 runs in the Fett Shield competition. Hand in Hand and Quebec's Pride and Joy won matches in Group B of the Haroon KCCU Digicel Richland Park 9-a-side football championship at Richland Park Oval yesterday afternoon. Hand in Hand defeated Hill 16 Youth 4-1 after 2 goals by Figo Pope and a goal each from O.C. Martin, Jason Lewis. Ronald Thomas converted the goal for Hill 16 Youth. In yesterday afternoon's seconds match, Quebec's Pride and Joy gained a 5-0 victory over Primetime. Amin John, Otis Hector scored 2 goals each, while Steve Warren netted the 5th goal. Saturday's match between Ras Falco and JND Strikers was postponed and will be played at a later date. And that's how we end sports this evening. We'll be right back to wrap things up.
LA Unique Upholstery. Quality at a low cost. We build to suit your needs. Contact us at Redemption Shops 457-0182 or Stony Grungs 453-2089.
The body moves in many expressive ways. The freedom of movement is often taken for granted until that freedom is restricted by pain. Myers Pain Kill Gel is scientifically formulated to alleviate muscle and joint inflammation. With this gel, you can target the pain in areas where it's needed the most. Bring the joy of movement back into your life with Myers Pain Kill Gel. Available at leading stores and pharmacies in SVG.
again, the countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Quartz today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Quartz, bringing value home.
And now for a second look at the headlines. National Schools Cooperative Thrift Program said to be standing strong at 40, amassing over $1.63 million. U.S. Embassy cancels visas for Jamaica government and opposition MPs. Questions are being raised as to why and whether the U.S. action was pushed by a breakdown of a recent MOU. Asian countries conclude negotiations on what could be the world's biggest trade deal. And in sports, Lewis Hamilton wins 6 Formula One championships at United States Grand Prix. On behalf of all of us here at SVG-TV, thanks for viewing. I am Bavin Olver. Don't forget to visit our Facebook page for a recap of the news and daily headlines. Also tune in for SVG-TV's News in 15 at 12:45 p.m. weekdays. Have a good evening.
The big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentions for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Set for Life is back again. Your favorite game. Win house and land. SUV plus 50 grand. 50 and 25 grand. Second and third prize in your hand. Yeah. So play as much as you can. Monthly prices to be won. Set for Life. A brand new house. Set for Life. A brand new car. Set for Life. $10 for a bet. Live your life with no regrets. Set for Life. Did your day done set? Set for Life. December 28th. Set for Life. Check the lotto machine. Get set for 2019. Set for Life. Live all of your dreams. Be a winner. Turn your own keys. Set for Life.
Once again, the countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Quartz today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Quartz, bringing value home.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Get the best in TV entertainment with 139 channels, 26 in HD, and HBO included. Plus get 80 local Flow landline minutes to enjoy on evenings and weekends. All for $225 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.